Akuma.
All things are
Hello?
as one. Danger approaches. Return to dust. May death protect us.
I'm on it. I choose you.
Mavis, dispel the gloom, restore the sky. So this is the warmth of life. Life is not built here. Embrace a new life. Darkness with me.
I'm trying to see how well my Cassie account can do with only characters I've gotten free to play. So like, I'm not using Evernight right now.
May death protect us.
Trust me. We can do anything.
They already confirmed the Sparkle and Black Swans are the ones getting buffed. Yeah, I know. Just basic here. Yeah, just basic.
Every petal all will be swept away by the wind. Have some sunshine. Embrace a new life. Return to dust. May death protect us.
Based 4 a.m. stream. Yeah, the sleep schedule is pretty cooked. Hit me. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Give me energy. Give me energy. So I can actually advance this Cassie. Oh! Barely. Is this even enough to kill in the first cycle?
Embrace a new life. Darkness with me.
I hope the bounce is enough. Wait, don't summon. Don't summon. Oh my god, is he gonna summon? Okay, thank god. Please tell me this kills. Just save the cycle, man.
May death protect us.
Beautiful. We got this up.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
Just basic.
Goddesses have
Shaboing boing.
Embrace a new life. Return to dust.
Is it? No, it's not worth using it.
May death protect us. Some value, I suppose. Guide with the rainbow branch.
I'm on it.
Many.
Trust me. We can do anything.
Oh, fuck! Oh, I just cocked myself.
Please build here. I shall remember this one.
I'm so washed, man.
Embrace a new life. Darkness with me.
Please do a ton of toughness. That's a lot, but it's not enough.
Eternal.
Use this to AA.
Be swept away by the wind. Mavis, dispel the gloom.
You washed because you fold for everyone? You're not even wrong.
This is being in sync. You can do it.
Future is great. Have some sunshine.
Trust me. We can do anything.
Life as you wish. Embrace a new
Now I get a full attack with him broken on vulnerability. It's not bad, but he's literally instantly back. I actually wonder if I can get another dragon off with Ruan Mei's thing. No, I'm just short. Oh my god, that is... Brother. Fucking hell, that is annoying.
Embrace a new life. Have some sunshine. Darkness with me.
This could have been a 2-cycle otherwise.
Protect us.
I'm on it. Still here.
I need as many heals as possible.
Dispel the gloom. Destroy the sky. I shall remember this one. That hurts a bit. Some value as you wish. Embrace a new life. Return to dust.
Can I get RMC's action advance? Somehow? Please?
Protect us.
It just wasted, bro. It literally was just wasted. This definitely could have been a 2-cycle.
Root here.
Trust me. We can do anything.
Have some sunshine.
Breaks over.
Embrace a new life. Darkness with me. May death protect us.
There we go. It's depressing because it could have been a 2-cycle, but whatever. We move on, man.
Over this eternal pit.
A day of peaceful light up the dark.
That's so much HP. I mean, it's kind of like a Cassie counter boss, so it's fine.
That kind of hurts.
I'll stand in their way.
Do this. Actually, put Sunday's thing before so I can get the thing.
You on your path.
Then skill.
Shine for the heroes.
Dragons soaring above the lands. This is permanent.
Because the dragon attacks for some reason don't count towards her stacks, which is like the biggest scam ever.
Flowers bloom for tomorrow.
Just please don't kill my team. I beg.
Together, stars.
Bam.
Shine for the heroes.
That's 21 stacks.
Flowers bloom for tomorrow.
My strength is
Just basic real quick, Danny.
That kind of hurts.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Kind of hurts.
wow.
Together, we can do anything. Stars, shine for the heroes.
overcome. Serenity is before me.
There we go.
Memories waiting to be woken up.
I just needed to get that skill off.
Remember me with love. May world bearing ignite the dawn.
This mortal form.
Oh shit. I thought that was Cyrene's ult.
Guide you on your path.
Don't blink. May the earth protect the road ahead. Rewrite destruction with me.
Hail global passive, hail global passive.
This is permanent. Scorpions consume me.
Holy crit rate overcap, man. 110? Oh, right, because Cyrene also buffs crit rate. I forgot about that shit. I forgot that was a thing.
Feel the scorching. Quench the flames of blood. Is that all?
So this is a free to play only clear, guys. Like, this is with the characters on this account I only obtained free to play without spending money. Because the only character I spent money for was Evernight. And I just fucking, like, threw her for this.
Tear the sky.
Throw her away. Low key. Just do another counter. This is an E0 Fae, obviously. It's an E0 S1 Fae with E0 S0 Cyrene, E0 S0 Sunday, and E0 S0 Danny. I think counter might do more damage right here. Am I wrong? Yeah, I think that for sure did more damage than a basic. Dude! Oh, this shit being all the way over here is actually troll. I'm about to waste a cycle. Oh my goodness. Wait, oh, I didn't even have enough. This will probably kill them. Instant meteor. Wait, actually? Oh, I can't kill, bro. Maybe the bounce will go to... Yeah, nice, nice. I got what I wanted. Shaboing. Another meteor. Just double basic. And then he dies here. Yup. Beautiful. Beautiful. Insta meteor. Managed to touch some more grass with my family this holiday season, and I've never felt more peaceful inside in the last 2 years. Family over gacha. Wait, what? Oh, is great. Yeah. Fuck, so close, dude. So close. Whatever. GG's. So that's an 8 cycle. 3 cycles for Cassie, 5 for the Fae. That's not bad. My Fae doesn't have like an exceptional build. He has a really average build. Same goes for Sunday. Sunday has a really ass build. Cyrene also has a pretty chopped build in all honesty, but I guess it doesn't matter in Phaenon's case because you don't care about the damage boost until she ults. And she gets like that speed increase. RMC is poorly built. Hyacine is averagely built, kinda. And then Cassie's really the only character in this entire lineup that has a good build. Like a really good build. Everybody else is either average or like below average. That's not bad for like completely free to play. Or, you know, like free to play characters. I didn't use my Evernight. That was the one I spent money on. If I use Evernight... it's probably a 0 cycle. It's now Nova Flare PvP because everyone wants their unit to be buffed next. I mean, I thought it was kind of obvious from the last buffs that HSR will buff older characters, but if it benefits the upcoming meta. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they did with the HP scalers. I guess Silverwolf wasn't really like you could say part of the meta, but Kafka and the HP scalers were. And then Sparkle, I think it's already been leaked by Anon that Sparkle could possibly be best in slot with her own SP. And I think there was a leak of a Quantum Nihility possibly in 3.1 or like a Nihility somewhere. So like everybody going crazy over Black Swan and saying like she's replacing Cyrene. I think this Black Swan buff might be for like a new upcoming character. You think they will add Sparkle to the shop? No. Needing to be immersed in a game to enjoy it either leads to rejecting family to play more, spending more quality time with family without any games of playing during alone time. No in between. I mean, yeah. I've never been a big family guy all my life. So I have, like, not too much of an issue with these gachas. But, like, if I wasn't a content creator and it doesn't really have anything to do with family, I wouldn't play these gachas anywhere near as much as I do. Like, I probably would log into WUA maybe 2 or 3 times a patch. Same thing with HSR. And Bleach Soul Resonance would be the only one I continuously play. Oh shit, I need to charge it. As a Sparkle, however, she's the worst Harmony. You'd barely have any reason to use her other than Archer Hyper Carry. Yeah. The reason people aren't happy about it is because, like, other people do need the buff more. More namely, like, 1.x sub DPS, or, sorry, DPSs. And then some sub DPSs like Topaz. But it seems like they don't care too much. It just depends on the upcoming meta. Like, if we ever go back to a follow-up meta, I bet you they'll start buffing Topaz. Like, that's probably how it works. They'll just buff Topaz the second we go back to a follow-up meta. So people can use her as, like, you know, an alternative. Who do you think will be the next character in the shop? I don't know. It's probably going to be someone dog shit, though. I'd be surprised if they actually put any of the 2.x supports in there. Except maybe Jiaoqiu. I could see maybe Jiaoqiu going in there. Black Swan buff, add Kafka to the shop, rerun Heistlands and Black Swan. Maybe. Whoa. Whoa is like the most overrated sustain in this game's history. It's actually insane. Like, at this point in the game, and even going into the future, I just don't think she has a place anymore. She needs to get buffed. Her sustain capability is 2 SP negative, and also, like, incredibly fucking weak. I mean, Seal really can't zero cycle at an understandable cost anymore. She can clear, but she can't zero cycle. Or she can, but like, you're probably going to need like 10 plus cost in most scenarios. I just made a community post earlier of like, someone who, like, I keep telling people this, right? Stop using zero cycles as the fucking benchmark, okay? It ain't healthy, and it's not realistic either. Because people always only look at zero cycles and be like, look, Seal struggles to zero cycle now with low investment. But I literally just found someone on Reddit who is clearing or has been clearing throughout the entirety of 3.x with Seal. Not even like crazy vertical investment, right? It's an E2 Seal with a E0 Sunday, E1 Robin, and E1 Don Hung. Like that's pretty fucking understandable in my opinion for a character that's nearly fucking 3 years old at this point. Nah, I wouldn't say Hyacine is too strong and every other sustain pales in comparison. I think Don Hung is pretty comparable, especially for a free character. And Don Hung will probably be more meta than Hyacine going into the new meta. Because, like, they want skill points. And I doubt they give a shit about healing or HP buffs. And also, they can't shill a character to synergize with Hyacine anymore like they did with Cyrene. So Don Hung will probably end up being the better sustain going forward. Yeah. Especially because he's free. Like, so many more people are going to be willing to go into his Eidolon since he was given free. Which is just an absolute W. Because his Eidolon investment is, like, really fucking strong. E1 is a 18% res pen. And Gallagher levels of SB positivity. And then E2 is double the amount of dragons that do double the damage. And on top of that, you also get double the shield. And then on top of that, it actually advances the dragon every time you ult. Like, that shit is stupid, bro. I actually saw a video, by the way. I saw a video recently where someone did E2S1 of every physical DPS in HSR and them clearing endgame content. Dude, E2S1 or sorry, Don Hung did like second or third best as a main DPS. Like, bro, it's such a strong Eidolon, man. I've just been saving for Sparkle. Yeah, I mean, how many pulls am I currently on? I'm on 68 pulls. So, along with my character banner pity, I'm guaranteed to hit a pity whenever I pull on the character I want, which is Sparkle. I also have the rest of this patch, and Sparkle is second half, so I have even longer. But I mean, I also might pull Yao Guang. We'll see. Depends. We gotta wait for the beta, boys. In literally 2 days, by the way. They said January 6th. It's currently January 4th for me at 4 in the morning. So 2 more days, and we'll be able to get that beta, which is really, really nice. I finally have something to talk about as a Leaks creator, dude. Finally. It's been so long since I made like actual League content on HSR. I miss it. No, there hasn't been any leaks about the Elation gimmick. I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up, Solus. It's better to just have normal, ways of seeing things, especially after the 50-50 losses I've had. Yeah, if I actually remember correctly, Anon made a leak at some point saying, like, he doesn't even want to try and explain, like, what the upcoming characters do, because he just doesn't fully understand it. So, honestly, W on the leaker. Do you think Yao Guang will be part of the new team for Sparkle? So what I think is going to happen is that Mm. What I think is going to happen, because especially Anon said the majority of Elation characters from 4.0, 4.2, or characters in general will be Elation. I think Yao Guang might genuinely, right? And I know it could be bait because they really like selling new best in slots for the anniversary character. I think Yao Guang could genuinely be like a staple in Elation teams, and then Elation MC would be like a weaker version of Yao Guang. Right. That's what I think. So you could run like Sparkle SP plus Sparkle because Anon hinted at synergy plus Yao Guang or EMC and then sustain. And then Yai Sakura's team would probably be with it'd be the same thing just without Sparkle, right? So let's say Yao Guang would be EMC, or sorry, Yai Sakura would be EMC plus Yao Guang, or she gets a best in slot before her patch or after her patch, because that's how HSR does things. The reason I'm so skeptical on Yao Guang and why I think she's actually going to be like best in slot for other DPSs is because HSR has literally never in its history put two best in slot characters on the same patch, right? Like the last time they did this was My Day in Tribby, but Tribby was best in slot for like half the fucking roster, if not more. So I just find it really surprising that they would suddenly pivot to basically doing the WUA way of banners and releasing best in slots back to back on the same patch, which makes me think Yao Guang has value in basically every Elation team, and it's not only like a, oh, this is only best in slot for Sparkle, right? Because if that is the case, I'm going to make a video on it. I don't got double standards, man. I'm making a video on it because it's been one of the few things I've praised HSR for a long time. Is that they give you like an entire patch between best in slots to save up and pull on. I really appreciate that. Can't pull more Mornai because I had to get Linnae for AMF. I mean, you'll just be able to get her on the anniversary rerun anyway. That's why I made that video. There's no point in even like feeling FOMO for the current 3.x characters, knowing that there's like a 99% chance they just rerun every older character on the Annie. Wasn't there a leak saying that Yao Guang is going to be pushed as hard as the Herda was at the start of 3.0? Yes. And to be honest, when you think about it, this is really impressive, right? Because if it were a DPS, right? Like, there's a lot of DPSs that have Herda levels of, you know, marketing push. But supports, there aren't many. I believe actually the only support in the history of the game to have like hurdle levels of marketing or higher or like push in relevance was Cyrene. She was the first. Tribby, if I remember correctly, was like a B. Like they had zero hopes for Tribby at all. Yeah, I don't think there was anyone else. I don't think it was Robin, no. Robin would have had to been like S or higher. I'm pretty sure that's what Herda's was because she's an Emanator. I think it was like S or A plus with their ranking system. I can't pull Sparksy on my main. I might get Yao Guang and save for Yai Sakura. Yeah, it is what it is. On this account, I will be getting Sparksy just because I fuck with her like that. And I don't feel like playing two HSR accounts at once. So like that dream of getting Yai on this one and Sparksy on the other one, it's not real, bro. I'm getting really tired of playing a lot of these gachas at once all the time, so just make it easier on myself. Do you see yourself going back to Genshin? I've always wanted to. I really have. I literally always think about this because I see the hype. I see the new regions. Skirk, oh my fucking god, I love Skirk. I love a lot of characters in that game. They also tend to handle the power creep decently well, right? Now, in comparison to HSR, everything kind of feels light to me in terms of power creep and HP inflation. So, Genshin, they have that going for them. They have the 4 stars. And I don't have any problem spending money, right? Like, if you're going to be spending money on any of these mainstream gachas, Genshin is the one where you benefit the absolute most in doing that because of how low the pull count is. But like every time I re-download Genshin and I go back to like trying to do the, you know, open world exploration, getting back in the groove, I just find it so difficult. I don't know why. Like I want to give it a try, but it's so hard for me. I think I would have to stop playing all the other gacha games and only focus on Genshin for like a few weeks or a month to really become like re-immersed in it and not like just quit the second I feel bored again. Yeah, like I've talked about this before, but it really is a reality for me where playing Wuwa made Genshin feel so bad, man. It just did. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like as I get older, I get more and more tired of the open world gacha games because like let's be honest, 90% of people that play these open world gacha games don't actually care about the open world all that much. They just want to instantly like max farm all the primos, the currency they can to get stuff for their characters. And I mean, Genshin makes some large ass maps, and on top of that, the exploration is like the slowest of any game I play. I don't like Wu's exploration. It's an open world game for people who don't like open world games. Yeah, and I like that. Maybe that's a big reason why I like Wuwa right there. They really go out of their way for the convenience, which I do appreciate. Ugh. Genshin exploration is fun though. The thing is, I'm not an exploration guy though. Like this is kind of the problem. When I play gacha games, I've always talked about this openly. What I care about mostly are the characters and their animations, right? Especially the characters. Characters are such a big and important part for me. And then alongside this gameplay, right? So characters, animations, gameplay, combat system, things like that really get me into it. I don't care for like all these daily tasks, the open world exploration, all the fancy stuff on the side. I've never been big on that, you know? This isn't something specific to gachas. Like, I got introduced to Wizard 101 as a kid. It's a really old game, if you guys know. It's a completely story based game, right? With an insane amount of lore at this point because it's more than a decade old. But I've literally never actually sat down and read the story for that game in my entire life, despite the fact I've made multiple accounts with maxed out characters. It's just something I do. I don't sit there for story, really. It's not that I hate stories. Like I watch a shit ton of anime. I read a shit ton of manhwa, and I've also read a lot of manga. It's just not what I'm looking for in these games. Yeah, exactly, Pennant. And it's like this is the other thing, right? It's not like I can't enjoy open world because where winds meet, I actually did take my time doing the open world. I did. That's the first time in years, or like my entire life. I did the open world at my own pace. I went around, I explored. I did a bunch of side quests whenever they popped up. Like Where Winds Meet actually kind of got me hooked on the open world. But that's basically the only one. That's the only one. What was your first element on Wiz? Storm. If HSR had the story presentation of Wua, oh my god, man. You have no idea how like over the moon I'd be. This game has the story. It has the characters. It has the animations. Of course not everything is perfect. I swear this is this game's one flaw. If they improve the dialogue and as well as the presentation, this game would be exceptional. I would glaze it to no end.
All tread on the paths of Ganon.
If Wua and HSR fused, it would be a ridiculously good gacha game. I agree. I really wish Kuro would make a competitor towards HSR. It would be cool. I don't think they're interested in it though, unfortunately. We need to force Hoyo to close down ZZZ. No, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. HSR's potential is hurt so much by the fact that like Hoyo as a company just doesn't put it back into HSR. Like they're constantly improving, don't get me wrong. Like story has gotten better as compared to the older versions. Presentation has started to become slightly better. QOL and rewards have become better. Animations have become exceptionally better. But like it still doesn't show, right, from how insane the revenue of this game is. They are so focused on probably using like 80%, if not more, of HSR's revenue on other things, which is kind of sad. I really wish they'd reinvest so much more into this game. Why is ZZZ catching strays? I mean, it's just the truth. Like, it's as unfortunate as it is. It's just the truth. Like Ye Guang is going to be ZZZ's highest selling banner in its history, right? With a spending event in its history, and even then, like I think a Noxa Cipher, right? A Noxa Cipher I think made like 40 million, which is more than ZZZ currently on that revenue chart. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I think it's more worth to reinvest into HSR. The only game that comes close to HSR in the Hoyo department is Genshin. If Genshin released as many 5 stars as HSR, they'd probably make more money. That's the only one. But actually, didn't Dahlia make like 30 to 40 mil too? And she's like apparently the lowest selling banner in the entirety of version 3. HSR money isn't going into ZZZ though. I feel like it is. Like it's probably going spread across all games, including HSR. On top of that, their development for other games, which is kind of my issue with it. Like, I just wish that they'd reinvest more of the HSR revenue into HSR itself. HSR is a mobile game. I mean, ZZ is a mobile game too. No, like, I don't think ZZZ is that difficult as a mobile game. Especially some of the easier agents to play. Like Ye Shun Guang is pretty fucking brain dead. So is Miyabi, unless you're doing like mono ice shenanigans. Yeah. Like, if also dailies on ZZZ are faster too. Like, even though HSR has all this auto QOL, you don't even need to actually like battle at all. And like the battles in ZZZ when you're daily farming, legit 10 or 15 seconds faster in HSR. And also getting your dailies is faster than HSR. And doing the events is easier than HSR usually. So it's like, in my opinion, they're kind of on the same level, except for when you try tackling endgame content, I guess. But yeah, if ZZZ had like an auto battle, genuinely, it would be easier than HSR to play on mobile. Kind of like Bleach Soul Resonance. Doesn't Hoyoverse have another upcoming game? They have a billion upcoming games, dude. They have confirmed Honkai Nexus Anima. The other game they have upcoming is that recent one that they teased that has a completely different art style and is in a different setting. I'll remember what it's called. It seemed more horror-like, right? And then there's another one that was teased where they're going for like this open world fantasy with insanely realistic graphics on UE5. Like they're working on 3 games right now confirmed. That's not even unconfirmed, which makes it probably more. Varaspura, yeah. Or Varsapura. Oh, yeah, Petite Planet as well. Yeah, so that's another one. I completely forgot about that. I don't know, Randy. But I truly wouldn't be surprised. Hoyo is like a titan at this point. They make so much goddamn money. Like you need to think about it. Even of like the mainstream gachas of like Genshin, HSR, and ZZZ. Like ZZZ, the one that places the lowest usually, is incredibly close to revenue to Wuwa, who a lot of people consider like the best mainstream gacha currently. And then they have the 2 titans of HSR and Genshin that just fucking milk money. Like they're good, dude. They really are like set. What do you think the Sparkle buff will be? 100% AA, I think, is the obvious one. 100% AA. And they'll probably fix up her Mono Quantum buff because it's pretty underwhelming. Especially considering the new Sparksy is fire. So, if her new Best in Slot team is with her old self, technically speaking, Sparksy wouldn't be able to take good advantage of it because she's fire. That's my first guess. Yeah, bro, I was surprised. I didn't know Nike was that popular, dude. Nike makes bank. Like I always just heard of it and thought of it as this like Gooner game that didn't have anything else going for it. But they made a solid amount of money. I mean, is Yao Guang Quantum Everly? Because if she isn't and Yao Guang fits in that team, that would kind of instantly get rid of it anyways. I don't remember what element Yao Guang was. Physical? Oh yeah, never mind. Please don't do 100% AA. That's boring. Why do you want Sparkle to keep being shit? That's literally her like biggest weakness, man. Is not having 100% AA. If she had 100% AA this entire time, she'd deadass be better than Sunday in so many fucking scenarios, and she would have never gotten this slander. Let her be unique. Translating, let her be dog shit. Okay. Let her be good for one upcoming DPS that she has synergy with, because Hoyo went out of their way to do that. And then let her be ass again after half a year. W. Can't wait for beta. It's been so long. Fuck 3.8. Yeah. We got some weak ass banners upcoming. Like, genuinely weak. Aglaya's getting her fucking third banner in this version. I'm kind of fine if they delay the 1.x character buffs, because the longer they take, the more buff they will get to similar scale to the current patch's DPSs. Well, some people are worried that them not buffing them right now means they won't buff them at all in the future. That's where a lot of the Doom posting comes. But yeah, I agree. If they are like dead set on buffing everyone eventually, then it is better like later than now, I guess. But it would be best if they just kept buffing them. You know what I'm saying? Like what ZZZ did. ZZ has already given multiple buffs for like Zombie and Ellen. Buff Seal? They're too scared, Ren. They're too scared of the resurgence mechanic. I was talking about this with my chat a while back. Like her resurgence mechanic completely carries her kit, despite the fact that her scaling is cheeks. They're so afraid of what a good Seal main can do. Seal has a pretty crazy mechanic, yeah. Like, they released it as the beginning character to entice people to get in and pull. And then they realize, like, whoa, wait a minute. This shit might be too broken, bro. Might genuinely be too busted of a mechanic. And they just never added it to another character ever again. Yeah, if Seal gets buffed to say like, even if she only got buffed to be low version 3 DPS level, she'd shit on every version 3 DPS, right? Not because of her scalings, not because of teammate chilling, but because with enough vertical investment, she can one-shot a majority of side mobs and just keep spamming free turns. Like imagine a Seal buffed to V3 scaling against Flame Reaver. Oh my goodness. He's getting steamrolled, man. As well as True Sting. Seal kind of proves how an HSR mechanics over scaling. Power creep is not how some drama CCs say it is. I mean, at some point, the scaling does matter more than the mechanics, though, like currently. Like, even though a Seal can clear content right now with a decently invested in team within 5 cycles, like, the amount of investment she needs now as compared to, like, a year or two ago is, like, immense. Like, it's vastly more. At some point, you hit a roadblock. This is the same thing I've said about Anoxa, right? Like, everybody glazes Anoxa an insane amount, and to be honest, it's understandable. But before Cyrene, given enough HP inflation, this guy fell off an absolute fucking cliff, right? So he went from being basically like top 2, top 3 low cost zero cycler, and then in 3.7, no, 3.6 when Evernight came out, and he didn't have Cyrene yet, but we got massive HP inflation, he got kicked out. He straight up got kicked out. It was so much more difficult for him to deal with the HP inflation. Extra turn will now be in E2. I mean, they already do that for a few characters. They do it for Firefly and they do it for Phanon. I wonder if Himiko, being the second main push similar to Phanon and Firefly, will have the same Eidolon shit going on. Like, it just give me extra turn. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, right? I know we all know Elation is going to be like incredibly strong, but I'm kind of going to bring up the same thing I used to, which is you don't need the strongest team in the game, right? If you feel like Elation is too predatory, like a lot of people do on here, just go for the second main push being Himiko. Most people probably care about Himiko more than Yai Sakura anyways. So, like, don't stress it too much. There's still so many teams in a version that can be incredibly strong. Like, just look at Phanon. Look at Firefly. Firefly basically got the last laugh. She's gotten all the shilling. Phanon, I mean, he didn't get buffed by Cyrene anywhere near as much as some of these other characters, but he's still fucking thriving, and he has that fucking bullshit level of Eidolon investment. So, as a high 3 player, I care about both. Well, good luck, soldier. Good luck trying to get those best in slot teams. Acheron buff, what if? I think they'll make an Acheron SP before she even gets a fucking buff, in all honesty. I think Acheron is one of those characters that is very likely to get an SP. She is just so lore relevant, it's insane. If they pull a Faye story with Yai Sakura, I might have to go for her. Understandable. What I want to see is the animation creep. Like, I think this is the best part of like playing HSR, dude. You know they're always going to step up the animations, at least when it comes to the main pushes of a version. So I'm thinking in my head, right? How are they gonna top Phanon and Cyrene for me? Cause that's a hefty task. Okay, that's a really really hefty task. I'm really hyped to see that shit. I absolutely am in love with like pulling characters for with really good animations. It's one of my favorite parts of this game. They increased system requirements for version 4.0, so they are cooking something. I mean, couldn't that just be because it's a new planet and now the game takes more like stuff? It would be nice if they were like doing a bit of a graphics update or improving their cutscenes and stuff. But I feel like it could just be something as simple as the game's getting really big, so I remember the first time I saw Phanon animations, dude, that was the first time I've ever seen Tectone look at leaks on stream. Like, the Phanon animation hype was insanity. I got recommended Tectone looking at Phanon animations. He's like, what did he say? He's like, oh, this guy's literally Jesus. Just from the animation, it's like, this guy's Jesus. If you don't pull for Jesus, your account is bricked. Or something like that. I mean, that ended up easily not being the case. But, hey, he's still strong nonetheless. Yeah, Phanon's anims were crazy. It also goes to show that the take of males sell worse than females isn't true, at least in HSR. It could be for other games, but if you give a male the same treatment as the main push females, they'll sell the same, if not better. Because I believe Phanon is still the highest selling banner in the entirety of Amphorius. If not, maybe Cassie could be a little better. But he did better than Cyrene. He's also more popular on the CN side of things, I think. That's not true. Just look at Love in Deep Space. Love in Deep Space is, in my opinion, incomparable. Because they made their entire game and targeted towards one specific audience for the most part. Of course, there are some audiences who can as well enjoy it. However, it's like massively dedicated to one audience. So it's obviously easier to take advantage of said audience. But a lot of games, especially WUA, are majorly played by men who just love the waifus, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just a reality. So they don't feel as, compulsed to actually pull the males. Especially when you see shit like Ameth, Lene, Chisa, then Mornai. Like, buddy, it's pretty hard. It's like, who am I going to choose? Some of the hottest looking gacha woman I've ever seen in my entire life. Or this dude I think looks cool. Right. Now, personally, I folded for some dudes that look cool. Okay? I'm in this, group, but I wish Wuwa was less cringe with the pandering. Well, the thing is, right? Like, you can say that, but legit, their highest selling banner ever are Cartethia and Shorekeeper. Like, these are the two characters they probably went the hardest for in terms of, like, waifu shilling, aside from maybe Chisa. And they're the two highest selling banners in the entirety of the game. Like, they kind of, the statistics show it benefits them. Wua male models look mid. I like Brand. And I also like Yuyuan. Still don't outsell Genshin or HSR. I mean, they're like titans, dude. Also, I've talked about this before, but I think at this point, like, you kind of have to assume that the amount of people playing Wuwa on mobile as compared to like HSR or Genshin on mobile, it's like a genuine fraction, dude. Like, it's so much harder to run the game on mobile, and then also so much more difficult to play it on mobile. So a majority of their sales probably come from PC. I mean, even consoles, to be honest. Like even consoles. Like, Wuwa runs shit on PS5s, too. I always see people complaining that the performance just gets worse the longer and longer the game goes on. And keep in mind, it's already been leaked. We're getting another map expansion in 3.1. Not like huge, but like a map expansion. So obviously that means more storage. Surveys show how many people play Wu on mobile, like 40% in some of them. I mean, yeah, but that's still a lower amount. I mean, they're not even pandering to console either. They're literally just pandering to PC. Like, console also has limited storage, and I'm pretty sure console has to deal with closer to PC levels of storage for Wuwa than mobile. So they're dealing with PC levels of storage, and then at the exact same time, having to deal with fucking shit levels of performance, and they can't do anything because you can't change graphic settings on a console. So I mean, HSR is just so easy and so convenient. I feel like the older you get, the more you appreciate HSR. Like, if I were a kid with all the free time in the world, I'd find HSR completely boring and probably something like Wu and Genshin Impact way more enjoyable. But now that I have like more shit going on in my life, I really appreciate a convenient gacha game like HSR that still pushes out some quality shit I can enjoy. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Do you pull Yeshun Guang? Nope. I'm like, I'm like 20 pulls away from pity on the character banner on ZZZ.
So this is
Should take, yeah, ZZZ is also incredibly fast. Yeah, it's also really fast. I did not play Yeshun Guang's story. In fact, I'm on like 1.6, 1.7, or 2.0 story if I remember correctly. I don't play ZZ Story, bro. I've literally only logged on to my ZZ account to clear endgame every single time it resets, and that was it. Like, that's as far as it went. Let me farm Sparkle set. Let me take this goddamn shirt off, dude. I'm absolutely dying in the heat.
Be careful. There's
Turn
so
over
many
this
unseen.
turn.
Emerge from your cocoon.
Oh shit, I forgot I got the auto battle thing. Sparksy is skill point based? Yeah, I think so. That's what the leakers. Oh, yeah. I mean, they said Sparkle would be best in slot. So I think most people just drew conclusions.
Kinda hurt. Return to dust.
Abs? Nah.
Darkness with me.
I'm like Jabba the Hutt. Only real ones know.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
What makes E2 Phanon really good? E1 and E2 together? E1 makes it so that after you kill a certain amount of mobs, Phanon consumes way less AV for his turns, which obviously means you can fit more turns into a single cycle. So, makes that easier to manage, and it also gives you a bit of a crit damage buff if I remember correctly. And then E2 is 20% physical res pen. I mean, that doesn't really need to be explained. Res pen is an incredibly strong buff, and you get an extra turn every time you use Meteor. That's why they're so strong.
May death protect us. Embrace a new life. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
See you tomorrow, chat. I was going to go to bed anyway, but my ADHD got me here once I saw the stream. It's too late. Goodbye, Everly. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good night.
Memories waiting to be woken up by a shooting star. Remember me with love. May time watch over the Evernight. Don't blink. May life and death.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of people being sad about Yeshun Guang's strength, and also at the same time, how hard the game is going out of its way to nerf Miyabi. And yeah, kind of sucks. I literally just made a video recently about how like ZZ power creep is pretty understandable, pretty even. Because like even if Miyabi is weaker technically, like she has a full free-to-play team of Lycon and Sokaku that is incredibly effective. Or just Yuzuha and Sokaku. Right? But man, they're really going out of their way to nerf Miyabi, and Yeshun Guang without best in slot teammates already looks so damn strong. I also saw the HP inflation, I think, for the upcoming bosses in ZZZ. It looked pretty disgusting, man.
Don't blink. Cleanse hatred with love.
Can I just get an attack?
Can we please keep going?
You ask and you shall receive. I was literally just about to say, can I get an attack rope? Or an attack orb? I'll take either or, man. Wait, wrong set, dude. Wrong set. Oh, I forgot how this shit works. Tengoku livestream. Thank you. No, I need to do it all at once. What is this? You're not a real man if you don't go all in. Alright, guys, what we thinking, chat? What we thinking? I'm thinking 4 rolls. That's what I'm thinking right now. All rolls in attack? Yo, what's your problem, dude? 4 rolls into crit? Thank you. Thank you, Trocky. Flat defense. Gonna be dog shit. I don't want to read chat anymore. I can't raise my voice because I have family sleeping, dude. Oh my god. Like, what is this trash, dude? What is this absolute fucking... Wait. Hold up. Hold up, chat. Hold up. Chillax. Chill. I believe because it's January, it's reset and I can craft a self-modeling resin. Yep. How much do I need? I think 1600, right? Wait, what? Yeah, I need 1600. No, it's not enough. It's not enough. Whose relics is getting put on the chopping block here? Sunday, I know you have some dog-ass relics. I just know you do. Yup. Huh. It was so obvious. Every single fucking time is this guy, man. Oh wait, I need to get it off him. So that's 400 right there. That's 4 hundo. Well, bam. Salvage. And I need to salvage 5 more. Or 6 more. Okay. Why did I mean, kinda, but like... Holy cope on a ton of these. I'm going to Qingqiu. I'm going to the gambler, okay? Because I don't have Avon on this account. Winners win. Winners absolutely win. That's how it's done. Wow. And that is how I end off the stream. It's 5 in the morning. Thank you all for stopping by for this stream. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night.